Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Forgotten Weapons. I'm Ian McCollum. I'll be your host on the channel. I have been for 10 or 11 years so far. Hopefully I will be for many more years to come. And if you are a brand new subscriber, a new viewer to Forgotten Weapons, I will explain what you can expect to find here on the channel. If you've been around for a while, then stick around for a few minutes and I have some interesting, hopefully, news to talk about for things that are going to be a little new or a little different in 2022. So, if you are a new subscriber or a new viewer, what you can expect to find on Forgotten Weapons are stories of interesting firearms. Now, these are often unusual, interesting, rare firearms. The stories behind them, what I try to do is always find what makes a firearm particularly interesting. And it might be a mechanical story if the gun has a very strange operating mechanism. It might be a historical story if the gun was associated with a particular military series of events or time period. It might be a personal story if the gun has ties to a specific individual. But if you see the gun here on the channel, there's going to be something interesting about it, and hopefully you'll enjoy those stories as much as I do. Now, I typically cover firearms from the cartridge era and forward, so about the middle of the 1800s and forward, although there are certainly exceptions, and I'm happy to look at older guns, although they don't tend to be in my area of expertise quite so much as more recent ones. I will also occasionally look at guns that are brand new on the market, as well as guns that are really quite old. It all depends on what makes something interesting. What you will not find here is politics. I have political views. They're mine, and I keep them off the channel. So some of the guns that we look at are associated with some pretty divisive political events. I will do my best to recite the facts, and just the facts, ma'am, and leave the decision-making and the politicking to you. I am changing the schedule of the show slightly for 2022, and we're in fact dropping from 6 videos a week down to 5 so that I can spend some time on a bunch of other projects that I have going on, and I'll talk about all those in just a moment. So, for 2022, you will get 5 videos a week, although one of them is going to be exclusively for supporters of the show, be they on Patreon, Utreon, or Floatplane. So, you will get on every Monday a video about a particular interesting firearm. On Tuesday, a book review video, and that will be exclusively for channel and website supporters. On Wednesday, a commentary video. This is similar to what I've been doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays in previous years, where it might be a Q&A, it might be a commentary on current events, or it might be a commentary on a generally misunderstood subject, any number of things that I find interesting. Thursday will be a day off. Friday, you will get another video about an interesting firearm. And Saturday will be a day out at the range where we'll actually do some shooting with something. Sometimes it'll be the gun that we took a look at on the preceding Friday. Sometimes it'll be something totally different. I have 2 specific other endeavors that I'm working on, which frankly, both of which could be full-time jobs, that I would like to dedicate more time to this year, and that's part of the reason that I'm stepping down from 6 to 5 videos a week. One of those is the archive project, and I spoke about this last year, but didn't have enough time to actually make it happen last year, and that's something I would like to change for 2022. The archive project is an effort on my part to go back to the roots of Forgotten Weapons a bit and rebuild a website archive for primary resources, ideally. Original testing documents, photographs, and other information surrounding the whole world of interesting forgotten weapons, historic firearms. So I am hoping to soft launch that in the next couple of weeks, in the first month or 2 of 2022, and hopefully it shouldn't be long after that that we're able to open it up to the general public. And my goal is to be able to spend some time collecting, tabulating, and posting online as much as I possibly can in the way of first-hand primary source material for folks who are interested in historical firearms research. The other major project I have going on that's eating into some of my time is Headstamp Publishing. If you watched last year's State of the Channel video, there was 1 book up there. There are now 2 books up there, including a reprint. And my own second book is at the printer as I film this, and that is Pistols of the Warlords, Domestic Chinese Handguns 1911 to 1949, which was a really fun project to write, and I have found that I really enjoy the process of writing books. I am already working on my third book, and Headstamp has a bunch of other titles that are currently in process. We are getting close to the finishing point of Max Popyenka's book on Russian automats. Very excited to have that launched for you in 2022. And we have a whole bunch of other books that we are working on as well that I don't want to spoil before we know that they are going to actually reach completion. But that is an endeavor that's going to take a chunk of my time. Headstamp Publishing is, of course, a self-sufficient company, but Forgotten Weapons and the associated archive project, as well as all of my video work, are fundamentally dependent on you, the viewers. We are currently primarily on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this, but YouTube continues to make its rules more and more stringent, and I really do suspect that at some point they will clamp down and prevent me from posting a lot of what I would like to post on YouTube. Sort of the Princess Bride thing of, good night, sleep well, I'll most likely kill you in the morning. Well, I'm going to continue to post on YouTube as long as I remain able to, because this is the biggest, the best video platform on the internet. However, I am always looking for additional options, and I'm also always very much dependent on outside support for Forgotten Weapons. So my primary support up to this point has been Patreon. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it is a voluntary subscription service, effectively. I have a number of perk levels there that can give you some rewards for helping to support Forgotten Weapons, from a Discord channel to viewing some behind-the-scenes videos, which there will, of course, starting this year, there will be a video a week that is dedicated specifically to channel supporters on places like Patreon. As well as early access to videos. I typically upload videos a couple weeks before they actually publish, and at the $20 pledge level on Patreon, you can access those videos as soon as I have uploaded them. Now, there are folks who don't like Patreon. There are also there are things that Patreon doesn't do. So Patreon is fundamentally just a funding platform. It doesn't actually do any of its own video hosting. There are two other sites that I am using for video hosting as well as support. One of those is Floatplane, which is more of an emergency backup thing, and it's focused primarily on the tech sector. It's been nice being over there, but it hasn't been a channel that's seen very much growth. The channel that I will, or the site that I'm going to start using, start focusing on in 2022 is called Utreon, which is a very cool project to combine sort of the functions of Patreon and YouTube. So Utreon does all of its own video hosting, as well as crowd subscription services like Patreon. You can view videos for free over there, but you can also subscribe to the channel. And so for 2022 and moving forward, I have subscription tiers on Utreon that will offer the same benefits as those on Patreon and Floatplane. So if you've been looking for a way to support Forgotten Weapons more directly, if you don't like Patreon, or if you would just like to try out something new, perhaps find a way to get some of your video viewing done off of YouTube, Utreon can be a fantastic opportunity, fantastic option for you to try out. So I have links to all three of these different sites down in the description below. If, of course, you also would like some cool Forgotten Weapons merchandise, I have a merchandise shop. I have some cool new merchandise plans coming for 2022 that I don't want to spoil yet, but got my fingers crossed for some cool, fun, collaborative projects there to look forward to, and that, of course, is also always in the video description. So, without further ado, I will leave you to explore Forgotten Weapons. We have, at the current time, approximately 2,600 videos posted online. There is a ton of content there. If you're interested in any particular firearm, give it a search, because chances are pretty decent that I've got a video on it already. And if I don't yet, hopefully, I will soon. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for the support, and the best of a 2022 new year to you.